Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be playing with a bit on the shoulders. So you're going to need a blanket and both of your blocks. I have a strap here, but I don't think we're going to use the strap. But if you have it, that's awesome too. So I want you to start. Normally, our blankets are kind of folded like this because we're sitting on them. But I want you to open it up so that it is kind of, if you have a traditional yoga blanket, it would be at 1/4 of the full size of it. And then you're going to take that and roll it into a little bit of a burrito. Usually it's a three fold. If you don't have a blanket, because I know one of you don't, just take your towel and make sure it's covering from the neck to at least the ribs, okay, behind you. So make your roll not too big. So if you've got your blanket, and I know those that are watching live can figure out what to do if you don't have what we're working with. So you're going to take your blanket long on your yoga mat so that your tailbone is on your blanket and your head is on the blanket. Now, the other thing that I want to say is if your shoulders are rounded a lot forward, you can do a couple things. You can either tuck the head end of your blanket under to give your head a little bit of a lift, or you can set a pillow or something here just so your head's not dropping back. I want a nice level spine. So once you got that set up, you don't need your blocks right now, so they can be out of the way. You're just going to sit with your tailbone, if your blanket's long enough, your tailbone on the blanket. And you're going to come on down. Oh boy, that feels good already. Please make sure your head and neck are supported so that your head's not dropping back. Your feet are on the floor. Your blanket should feel, pretty flat. So you don't feel like you're going to tip on either side, even though it's a narrow blanket. And then just let your arms come down along your sides with your palms face up. Nice long back of the neck. Maybe close your eyes. And start to feel your breath as you take those deep breaths in and the deep breaths out, and feel how the shoulder blades move. Ideally, that blanket that you're laying on is between the shoulder blades. And you're just feeling this nice open expansion of the chest. And as you exhale, the back of the ribs press down into the back of the blanket. That's it. And if you happen to just be joining us, we're laying long on this blanket, tailbone all the way up to the head. And then start to focus on the exhale a little bit more. So taking a nice expansive inhale as you exhale, I want you to press the belly, the low belly, high belly ribs down toward the blanket, almost to a bit of a tuck of the pelvis. And then inhale, let it expand. Don't overarch the back. And as you exhale, press it all down. And notice how far you can exhale. I'm going to sit up just so I can take this outer shirt off. But notice how deeply you can exhale in this position. Really drawing all the breath out and then taking a nice, natural, but expansive inhale to reverse that. Good. Couple more right here. Inhaling. Nice, big, expansive. The chest rises. And then on that exhale, really letting it, all of that air expel out. Good. Last one here. Good. And then let both palms of your hands face in, but let it be comfortable. Like, don't hold the shoulders tight. Let the shoulders drop down toward the floor, but the palms are face in. And with your left hand, just let that hand come up to the ceiling. Your palm is face in. And then start to turn the palm away from you as you extend it back and overhead. So the palm is more or less facing out. If that hurts your shoulders, don't do it, okay? Keep the palm in. And then inhale it up, exhale it down to the floor. Inhale, the palm faces in, turn the palm. The hand does not have to come to the floor. It goes just where it is comfortable for you. And so the palm, if it's down by your hip, palm face up, the palm turns in, it rolls out, reaches behind you, and back up. All you're doing is a nice little rotation of the shoulder. So today's class is going to be a lot about this movement of the shoulders. Just play with this. It doesn't have to be perfectly one way or the other, right? You might notice palms changing direction as you internally and externally rotate the arm. Good. Stay with that left side. One more. And then reach that arm all the way up to the ceiling, turn the palm in, and I want you to imagine touching your fingers up to the ceiling, like really reach it, and then draw that shoulder down to the floor. You'll feel that blanket squeeze between the shoulders. Good, reach it up. Exhale, squeeze it down. Good, one more here. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, squeeze it down, same arm, take it out to the side, straight out from the shoulder. Inhale it up, move it across your chest. It'll only go so far. And reach up. Exhale it across the chest. Good, one more here. Inhale, open. Exhale, turn it across the chest. And reach up to the ceiling, draw back down to the floor, release that side. Good, other side, take the right arm up and then just rotate it so that the arm reaches back behind you, and then take it up and back down. Reach up, it's only gonna really turn one way. So if you're not sure you're doing it right, you probably are. If you can move that arm around, that's what you're working on. And try not to over flare the ribs, right? And you don't have to press them down, but try not to over flare them. Keep the spine out of the equation and just let the arm reach up and reach down. Internal, external rotation, moving through the shoulders. And if you get some pinch points here in anything we do today, just take the arm out wider. Make it a more of a little half semicircle, okay? Good, one more, two more right here. Last one. And then take that arm up to the ceiling, reach the fingertips all the way up to that ceiling, and then press it down without bending the elbow or bending the elbow much. Reach up to the ceiling. Squeeze it back down. Good. One more here. Squeeze up and squeeze down. Same arm, you're taking it out to the side and then up and across the body. You're not rolling off the blanket. Good. Bring it out to the side and across. Good. One more here. Bring it out to the side and bring it up and across. And then take that arm up to the ceiling, take the other arm up to the ceiling, reach both hands up to the ceiling as if you could touch it. And then squeeze them both down around that blanket or the towel if you have a towel. and then reach them up and squeeze down both. You'll feel those shoulder blades squeeze. Try not to lift the chin. Good. One more, reach up. Squeeze it down and then take both arms into cactus pose. So palms are face up, the elbows are right out to the from the sides of the shoulders. Your feet are comfortable and grounded. Your tailbone is long. Don't overarch through the lower back. Good. Take both arms to center, squeeze the elbows together, and then open them back up again as if you were doing some chest presses here. Squeeze and open. You should feel the pectoral muscles at the chest squeezing. And then when you open the elbows out to the side, you're getting a nice little stretch. Good. Few more right here. And when you squeeze in, very purposefully squeeze in, as if you could hold a quarter between your elbows. Okay, that kind of a purposeful squeeze. Squeeze in. We've got two left here. Squeeze in, everybody, and open. Good. Last one right here. And open. Good. Last thing, take both arms up to the ceiling. The palms are facing each other. Draw the shoulders down into the blanket. And then take both arms overhead. Palms are face up. Inhale both arms up. Turn palms up as you bring them down to your hips. So you're just kind of rotating the arms, keeping those palms up, whether the hands are overhead or down by your hips. Good. 3 more right here. Big deep breaths, especially when those arms go up and overhead. Expand, expand. Good. Turn. Last one right here. Open. And exhale and release. Good. Just pause for a second and feel that already, that kind of opening. And then very carefully, I want you to roll off to one side, come off the blanket, and you're going to take that blanket to the top edge of your mat. You're just going to turn it long ways and bring it up to the top of your mat. Hopefully you can see this okay. And then you're going to lay on your belly. And you're going to lay on your belly such that your hands and wrists are on your blanket. Now, if you need a little something for your forehead can rest on the floor, or it can rest on something low. And if it just feels terribly uncomfortable, take the top edge of your mat and roll it so that your forehead can rest on the on the floor, but your hands are still on your blanket. Okay, hopefully that made sense and not too muffled. I had my head down. All right, so you're here. Your hands are on the blanket. Your forehead is either resting on the floor or just slightly elevated. And I want you to push your blanket away as if it were a roll that you could push away. Really extend out through your shoulders. Feel the stretch. Your shoulders are moving up toward your ears. And then pull it back. Don't lift your head. Pull it back as if you could squeeze the shoulder blades together. It's really more isometric work here. Push the blanket away and then pull the blanket back. The blanket is just kind of shifting under my palms, but it's not really rolling forward and back. Good. Keep it going. Squeeze it back. Again, the head's either resting because that feels okay, or it's slightly elevated. Just try not to really work the neck too much. Push away. And then squeeze it back. Good. One more. Push it away, everybody. Hold here. Press into your hands. Optionally lift the legs off the floor. Variation here of Locust Pose. Little baby back bend. Breathe. Keep pushing the blanket away and down. Lower the legs. Pull the blanket back and see if you can lift the chest a little bit, right? Head, neck, chest lifts. Good. Press the hands away. Lift the legs. Extend through the neck. Don't lift the head here. And then last one, pull the blanket back. See if you can lift the chest. If it's okay, stay here. Fingers are pressing into the blanket. The feet are pressing into the blanket. Little back bend here. And exhale, let it all go. Just bend the elbows, rest your forehead on the tops of your hands. Good. Maybe shake out the hips if you felt that a little bit. Good. And then notice which hand is on top of the other hand. Your forehead is resting on your hand. I want you to lift just the top hand and your forehead. The other arm is going to press into the ground. So press into your pubic bone. Feel the tops of your feet, maybe a little soft engagement of the glutes. And then press your hand into your forehead and lift up, lift the elbow and take it down. 4 more right this side. Good. Take it up and down. Take it up and down. 2 more. Reach up and down. Last one. Press into the pubic bone, lift and lower. And then switch which hand is on top. Good. So again, the neck stays nice and long. The elbows are out to your side. Press into the pubic bone and lift the head and lower. Good. 4 more. Take it up. Does not have to be very high. And 3. Good. 2 more. Take it up and down. Last one. Reach up and take it down. Whew. And just pause. Shake it out here a little bit. Good. Switch hands again. This time you're going to take the head up, but then you're going to look. So whichever hand is on top, like my left hand is on top. So as I lift my head, I'm also going to look to the left, pushing down on that opposite arm and release. 4 more on this side. So lift the head and then lift the elbow. Good. 3 more. Take it up and down. And 2. And down. Last one right here. And down. Pause for a moment here. Switch hands. Press down through the pubic bone. Nice length through the back. Here we go. Lift up and look. Hello. And down. And up and look. And down. This is 3. This is 4. And last one. Lift, look, and down. Nice job, everybody. Shake out the hips if you need to or want to. Bend the knees. Windshield wiper here. Good. And then take both arms at cactus. I'm going to take my glasses off here so I can be forehead down. The arms are in cactus pose. Your head is either on the floor or you can probably slide your little blanket, which should be fairly close, and just have the blanket around the forehead or the hairline so your neck is nice and neutral. And then take both elbows and reach them up, squeeze. Don't overdo it. And down. Good. 4 more here. Squeeze and lift and lift. You got it. Last one. Lift and pause. And then look at your right elbow and see that it's right out from the shoulder, but then move it toward the top end of your mat a little bit more. So it's less, it's headed more toward the top end of your mat than straight out. Your palm is face down. I want you to take your left hand and just roll to the right side a little bit. Please don't go deep here. This is a front of the chest shoulder stretch. You're reaching and breathing. You can change the position of the arm if you need to. Don't overreach, and then just gently press that same right arm, that bent arm, down into the floor. Be super gentle here. It's a big stretch for that front chest, the bicep. And release. Other side. Cactus arm with the left, but then move it up a little bit, changing that angle a little bit. Your right hand presses to the floor as you turn to the right side. Again, the head can be down, it can be slightly lifted, and then very gently press that left arm into the floor. It's more about pressing down into the floor than it is about turning onto your side, okay? And come to center. Whew, last one here. Take those arms down to your sides, palms face up. Pull the shoulders away from the floor. And then just imagine that your fingertips could slide down to the bottom edge of your mat to lift your chest. Okay, don't overlift the head here. And then just slide back down. Good. Spread and reach those fingers to the bottom edge of your mat. Come on down. Last one. Slide them down. Breathe. Release those hands underneath your shoulders. Pull the elbows down. Maybe come up to a low cobra. Maybe. Okay, be gentle. Feel the shoulders, right? Feel the movement here. Try not to hike up into your ears. Find your breath, stretch your lovely little bellies, and roll all the way down. Holy moly. Already. Good. Roll to one side, everybody. Bend your knees and come on up to a seat. How's those shoulders feel already? Goodness gracious. Whew. So pick the seat that makes sense for you. We're going to play with that, a little bit of that same arm movement that we did when we were laying down. So I'll mirror here. Start with your left hand. Your palm is face in. Take it up to the ceiling. Turn the palm around and then reach it behind you, any amount, okay? If you get a catch in the shoulder, go wider with the arm. And then take it up, turn the palm back in, and press down. So it's almost like your pinky finger, you reach up, you turn the palm around, and you try to touch your thumb behind you. It's that rotation. Reach up, come forward. Good, 3 more. And just notice your breath. Notice that the spine isn't super involved here. Of course, we're affecting the spine. We're moving all those muscles, but it's really a shoulder joint issue, a shoulder joint mobility and flexibility issue. All right, shake that arm out. Other side, you're starting down on the pinky side, reach up, turn, palm away, reach it back behind you, and take it up and down. Good, reach up, turn. It's so interesting to me, the more and more things that I read about disability in the body, especially younger and younger people, tying it more and more to the amount of screen time. And even me being up here, I notice I'm on my computer more than I am at home. So I find that interesting. Good, relax, open up the shoulders, just give them a little shrug, a little circle. And then both sides. So both palms, don't force this, right? Be mindful, take them up. Turn both palms away, just reach in behind you, maybe touch your thumbs, and then take them up and back to the floor. Good, 4 more. Breathe. Lovely, lovely. Reach, open, reach behind, take them up and down. We got 2 left, everyone. Open. I'm feeling this already. I don't know about you. Last one. Open. And take it up and release it. Good. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Take a breath. Chin to chest. Go to the other side. Stretch out some of that work we just did. Good. Chin to chest. 1 more. Go right ear to right shoulder. Chin to chest. Go to the other side. And then just take the head straight up. Look over the left shoulder. Center. Look over the right shoulder. and center. Good. Let's shake all that out and come on to table pose. You don't need your blanket anymore. So if you want that blanket for your knees, go ahead and do that. You're going to want both blocks right at the front of your mat because we're going to access those in just a moment. Take your knees wider on your mat than your normal. I'll take the knees wide, but the feet in a little bit. That's a lot more gentle on the knees. And then take your left hand center of the mat and just reach the right arm up. And then bring it down and across. Good. Reach up and down and across. Good. Reach down and across. Last one. Reach it up. We're just stretching through the shoulders and the chest. Release that side. Go right to the other side. Inhale, reach up and take it down and through. And reach down and through. You can follow that with your head, neck, and down. We got one more. Reach it up and reach it across and let that go. From this table pose, I simply want you to step forward with your right foot, bring your blocks underneath your hands, come into a nice, easy, low lunge. And just again, notice, where are your shoulders in space? Leave your left hand on your block. Your right foot is forward. Leave your left hand, spit it out, Mary, on your block. Tone the belly, tone that front left hip, okay? So it's from this kind of sunk down feeling to a little bit of squeeze tone. Your right hand reaches forward, turns around. We've been doing this already. Back down to your hip and then reach it up and spin it and take it back to your block. We're only doing two more. Reach up, spin it back, take it up. Oh yeah, and down. Last one, reach up, turn, reach it up and down. Listen up. You're going to take it out to the side. You're going to squeeze in through your belly, pull the shoulder in, and come into a nice low lunge twist. That's all. Watch that head, neck. I see a lot of strain in the necks in a lot of students because we're trying to look up and do funky things. Keep it comfortable. It's fine with me if you're looking down at your mat or you're keeping it in line with your sternum, right? Your chest bone. And release it. Hand comes to block. Both hips reach back as you switch sides. Left foot forward, right foot back. And once again, right, here we are lunging. Just tone that front hip a little bit. Tone the belly. Your right hand stays on your block. Reach the left hand forward, spin it around and take it down. And remember, if you're getting a catch in your shoulders, just go wider. Go further out to the side with that arm. And last one, reach it up, spin it, take it down, reach up and bring it back. And then take that arm out to the side, pull the shoulder in and take the arm up to the side. A nice little twist here. Feel your breath. Don't over scream the finger joints, okay? So don't overextend, just reach them up. And then release it. Hands come back to your blocks. Slide that knee back. Press both blocks away from you. Just set them off to the side. And then plant your hands. And remember what we were doing with the blanket? We were pushing away and then pulling back. So even though I'm rocking a little bit, I don't want to over rock. I just want to see if I can pull the hands back and then push them forward. Okay, one more. Pull them back and then push them forward. Good. Walk the hands a little bit more forward on your mat. Push the blanket away as if you could roll that imaginary blanket away from you. Push, Flip your toes under, push the blanket away, push the hands away, and come into your first downward facing dog. Adjust the pose as you need to, start to pedal out the feet. But I want you to notice as you push your mat away from you, as you push that imaginary blanket away from you, right? We start to open up the shoulders, external rotation. Just breathe, everybody. Pedal out your feet. And then come all the way to tippy toes. And then all the way toward the backs of the heels. They don't have to touch. You can see mine are not on the floor. And then imagine reaching the heels of your feet toward the bottom edge of your mat. And then imagine reaching the crown of your head toward the front of your mat. Press the blanket away, the imaginary blanket or the mat. Feel those arms working. Good. Take your feet wide on your mat. Bend the knees as you need to. Walk those hands all the way back toward your feet. Bend the knees, hands to knees. Come on up, everybody. Whoo, yeah. Ah, feel that. Just shake it all out. Shake out the hands, shake out the wrists. Give them a nice squeeze. And take the feet wide on your mat. Now, optional, always optional to bend the knees and come into squat, especially for this. If that bothers your knees, you can stay straight-legged here. But as we bend the knees, I want you to imagine pushing the mat away with both feet. Okay, and feel that activity, especially at the back hip, back glute. I'm going to mirror here, take your right arm forward, but then pull the shoulder blade back. Open it up wide and just see how far back you can take your arm without over rotating, okay? So just move. It's like somebody has a finger here at the sternum and it's pulling the arm away from that sternum and then bring it forward and across. Take it out, squeeze and across. And you can even keep a hand right at that sternum and bring it across, take it up and release. Good, shake it out. This squat here is to work the legs while we're working the shoulder. So you can come out of that anytime that you want. Remember to push those feet away. All right, let's go to the other side. Your left arm out, pull it back into the shoulder. You can take a hand or some fingers to that sternum. Take it out and bring it forward. Good, take it out, just feel, right? This is just inquiry. This should be like, oh yeah, look how far the arm will go, look how far it won't go, look how tight my chest is. Oh, and release, take it up to the ceiling and let go. Good, shake them out. Both arms, here we go. Take both forward, squeeze both back. Tone that belly, by the way. Take them both out. Take them both center. Good, reach, center. This is 3, don't overstretch. This is 4. And last one, turn the palms up, reach up to the ceiling. Imagine, right? Squeeze the shoulder blades. Imagine you're holding a ball between those hands. Find your breath. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, yep, 2, 1. If those knees are bent, straight in the knees, reach up nice and high and release. Oh, heel toe those feet in, everybody. And come on back to the front of your mat. All right, have a block near either side. We're gonna use them. A little bit of slow flow. Sun salutes, using the blocks, moving our arms, all right? So, and just as an aside, like even if I use my blocks for forward fold, I rarely use them for down dog. So I do want you to be comfortable moving your blocks in and out of the way or take them lower so that they are more stable, making sure they're fully on your yoga mat, okay? All right, so you're standing in this gorgeous mountain pose. The legs are active, glutes are active, shoulders are rolled back. Just feel this nice rise of your chest. both palms facing each other. Inhale, reach the arms up. Just feel the extension for you. They don't have to be that high. As you exhale, open those hands wide. Come on down, swan dive. Hands come to your blocks or to the floor. Either way is okay. Find your breath here, everyone. And then press hands into blocks or floor or shins. Come halfway up. Exhale it down. Soften the knees and step back with your right leg. Lower your right knee to the floor. Your hands are on your blocks. And the blocks can be higher than what I have. So either way is okay. Tighten up that front hip a little bit. Leave your right hand on the block. Your left foot is forward. Take your left arm up. Follow it, follow it, follow it all the way back until it's pointing straight back. And breathe. And then circle down the rest of the way. One more. Follow it with your gaze. Slow, slow, slow. Reach it back behind you and then release it down to your block. Flip your toes under. Lift your right knee off the floor. Squeeze your belly. Tone the inner thighs. Good. One more here. Your right hand stays on your block. The left arm reaches up. I want you to take it up to the ceiling. Pause. Turn the palm out. Breathe. And then you're going to bend the left elbow back to the hip. So you're going to take it down and up. 2 and 3. Yep. And 4. Watch that head neck. And 5. And then reach it forward back down to your blocks. If your blocks are on low and you want to play, go ahead and step back to down dog. If your blocks feel like they're going to slip at all, take your hands off your blocks. Find your breath, everybody. Engage those upper shoulders. Inhale to your tippy toes. Lower your knees to the floor. You should be in a weird little table pose, right? Hands are on blocks. I want you to bend the elbows and press back up. So it's again a weird little push-up, down and up. Don't let the elbows splay out. You're just bending down. It's almost like you're bowing down between those blocks and up. One more right here. Down and up. Hands to blocks. Flip toes under. Plank pose. Squeeze in. Press through the arms. Downward facing dog. Adjust your pose. Breathe. And then look through those hands. Step forward with your right leg. Lower your left knee to the floor. Tone in through the front of that left hip. Draw the shoulders back. Your left hand stays on the block. Reach the arm up. Stretch it straight back. And then take it up and tap the block. Good. Reach up. Reach back. And up. And down. Good. Last one. Take it up. Reach it back. Breathe. Take it up and down. And then take that arm out to the side. Hold your twist. That's it. And release that hand. Lift your back knee. Hold your pose. Good fired up pose. Reach that arm up. Find that twist. Keep the legs nice and steady, everybody. Roll it back down. Good job. Plant your hands. Step back down dog. Whoo. To plank. Knees down. Maybe a little push-up action here. Breathe a little half chaturanga. Woo! 2 more if we got it. Oh, and last one. Push. Breathe. Flip your toes under. Woo! Plank pose, everyone. To down dog. Look through your hands. Step forward with your left leg. Move your blocks out to the side. Step forward with your right leg. Pause in a nice forward fold. Open up the shoulders. Ooh, yeah. Hands to shins. Come on up. And roll it out, right? It's like, who knew? Who knew? Just wrap your arms around your chest and give those poor chest muscles a little bit of a rest. Switch elbows so the other one is in front. Maybe soften through the neck. Take a deep breath. Shake it out. All right, we are back to the front of our mats. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come on down. Hands can come to blocks. Step back with your right leg. If you can stay in a high lunge, stay in a high lunge. Squeeze your belly, everybody. And then think about what it's going to take to come to crescent lunge or taking those arms up. If you want to transition through the knee, otherwise, hands coming close. I like that, right? They tell you when you're lifting to keep the object close to you. Same thing here. Close, reach up. Find your breath. Turn the palms forward. Cactus arms. Oh, I realized I forgot that on the other side. Squeeze the elbows up and take both arms up. Squeeze down, up, squeeze down. Reach up, 2 more, squeeze it down. Woo. Don't forget about those legs. Squeeze, reach up, turn your palms forward and breathe. Good, hands close to your body. Take those hands down to blocks or to your floor. Step back, down dog. From down dog to plank, hold. Find your breath, move the head away from the shoulders. Squeeze your belly, squeeze those legs. Knees can always be down, by the way. And then down dog again. Ooh, that's it. Look through those hands, step forward, right leg. Find your pose. Squeeze the inner thighs. You can always bring that knee to the floor. See if you can bypass the knee to reach the arms up. And breathe. Turn the palms forward. Squeeze the elbows down for 5. That's it. And 4, squeeze. Move those shoulder blades, everybody. 3, whew. And 2. Last one. Good. Release those hands back down. Step back to down dog. Lower to your knees. And find child's pose or any variation here. That's it. Oh, just find your breath. Just notice. You could be laying on your side. You can be sitting up in hero pose. What feels like an appropriate rest for you as we catch our breath, as we feel what's happening in the shoulders, right? As we notice. Good. All right. So when and if you're ready, when you're ready, come on up. Table pose. Your hands are to your blocks. Go ahead and step forward with your left foot. So you're in a low lunge. Flip your toes under and lift up to high lunge. From here, turn your back foot to the side position. Make sure your front knee doesn't roll in. Left hand to left knee. Come on up. Warrior 2. And breathe. The back arm, I want you to slide it forward, like really reach it. Grab a hold of an imaginary bow and pull it back. Stretch, reach forward, pull it back. Just one more here. Pull, 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 reach the arm back, bring it back to your thigh, turn the top arm up, exalted warrior, Check the front knee, make sure it's staying bent. Find your breath. From here, elbow to thigh, drop down, right? Extended side angle. Make sure you're not over squeezing your toes. Tone the belly in, lengthen the tailbone. Notice if you're just dropping down into that leg, try to stay lifted. Take your top arm over your ear. Good. So, weird thing, same thing. I want you to take the arm up, internal rotation, take it down to your hip, and then reach it up and over your ear. Good. Just one more. Just one more. You know how it is. I get focused on something and it's like, here we go. Whew. Take that arm up to the ceiling and imagine someone is pulling you up to warrior two. Face your blocks. Hands come to your blocks. Straighten your back foot. Step back, down dog. Oh, I told you there would be some flow. Breathe. Plank. Find that. Breathe, everybody. Let's just do one little half chaturanga. Take it down. Push it back up. Plank. Breathe. You're going to step forward, right leg. Find your lunge here, everyone. Notice your breath. Squeeze. Drop your back foot to the side position. Right hand to right knee. Push up. Warrior two. Find your breath. That's it, right? No big deal. No big deal. You got this. And then when you're ready, take that back arm down. Lordy, I'm like forgetting half steps here. So drop into extended side or exalted warrior. Breathe, stretch it out. And then back through extended side angle. And find your breath. Try not to collapse. Tone the belly. Lengthen your tailbone. Push into your back foot. And then here we go. Take the top arm up. Rotation. Down. Up over your ear. And back down. And up. Last one. Reach it. And up. And then take that arm up to the ceiling. Imagine someone's pulling you up. Warrior two. Cartwheel back to your blocks. Straighten your back foot. Step back down dog. Lower to your knees. Child's pose. Stretch through those shoulders. And just breathe, everyone. Good. Oh, that's what I forgot. I knew there was something on the other side. I forgot. We're going to come back to it. I'm sure of it. All right. Back to table pose, everyone. Back to down dog. Widen your feet. Walk your hands. Bend the knees and come on up. It's so it's funny, some days are better than others, but it's like, I know there's something, that middle step I've forgotten. And that was that lovely little bow pose, but we're gonna do that in a different way. So come on back to the front of your mat. In fact, I'm gonna take my blocks to the other side. So we're gonna start on that side. Right foot forward, left foot back. Warrior two stance, everybody. Squeeze that back leg. I'm only human. Breathe. Front knee bent. Good pose. If you want to deepen the pose, right, this back hip drops in, but it does not collapse. There is a difference. So if you want to go deeper, arms out to warrior. Let's just do the side. Reach that back arm forward and pull it straight back. Good. Reach forward and pull it back. Last one, reach forward, pull, pull, pull it back. And then take that back hand to your hip. You're going to look down at your block and you're going to take your right hand to your block. Shorten your step. And then just pause here and open up the shoulder. So this is like a really short, extended side angle, but we're not going to stay there because this feels pretty cramped up to me anyway. I want you to take this top shoulder, open it, hand to hip, and then look at your block, step it forward, and just see if you can lift your back leg. Keep looking at your floor, at the floor. So half moon, right? Breathe, squeeze, and then bend your front knee, grab your block, and take it up to the ceiling. Da, 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 right? You feel like Superman or Superwoman here? Good. Release the block, set it down on the floor, and lift the leg. Now, you're here this second time. If this is really difficult for you, put that foot back on the floor, open up your top shoulder, take the arm up if you would like, extend strongly through that lifted leg, hand to hip, drop the foot down, take the block up, feel like Superman or Superwoman, and release. Oh, good, just shake it out. Other side, it's real easy. Just hold on to your block, turn yourself around so that your left foot is forward, right foot is back. You're in this funky extended side angle. This might be really low for some of you, so just be really careful here. You can go higher. If you go higher with your block, when you take it to half moon, you really have to be careful about the stability of the block, okay? Just thinking, just talking out loud. Big tone to the belly, right? Open up your top shoulder. Here we go. You're going to look at the floor. You're going to reach your block forward. You're going to lift up on those toes. And if you can, you're going to lift up on that leg. Just look at the floor. Usually that is more stable. Breathe. Yep, and then bend the knee, set down, lift the block with you, take it up. This feels like, what's that John Travolta movie, right? Feels like that, Saturday, I don't know. All right, one more, here we go. Set it down, look at it, come to your toes, see if you can lift, feel stable, open. Whoa, open chest more. So glad that wall was there. Open, open, open. And extend. Take the arm up. Breathe, drop it down. Step up. And release. Funky, funky, funky. Good. Legs are wide. Come forward. Come on down. Hands can be on the floor. If your block reaches, you can take your forehead to your block and just breathe. That's it. All right, everybody, release. Heel toe in. Bend your knees, come on up. Give your glutes a good squeeze. Grab your block, take it between your thighs. Give your block a good squeeze. That's it. So while you have that block, grab your other block. So I got one block between my thighs. It can be second width or single width. Don't worry about that. What feels good to you. Take the other block between your hands, got it on the wide setting, and just reach back. That's it. Just open up the chest. If you are comfortable, notice, right, as we roll those shoulders back, the chest lifts, and then as we press the block down, the chest lifts. Don't drop the head, but you can look up at the ceiling. Squeeze your block between the legs. Breathe and release it. Grab that block. Good. Set those blocks toward the front of your mat. Come on down, nice forward fold. Step back to downward facing dog. Push the imaginary blanket away from your hands, right? Push it away from you or press those hands away and toward the front of your mat. Find your breath. And then lower your knees down to the floor and come to a seat. Come to a seat. Now, I know some of you don't sit cross-legged very easily, so don't worry about it, okay? If your legs are straight, that's fine too. Just keep the knees soft. And you're gonna take both blocks in front of you. And just pause for a second. That was a whirlwind, wasn't it? It was like, woo, so much stuff. Just pause, just maybe feel it out. Feel how it feels for you. And then with the blocks in front of you, just take both hands onto the blocks. Mirroring here, leave your right hand on the block. In fact, take them out a little bit further. And then just reach up with your left hand and look up. And then release. Switch hands, just reach up. Feel that sweet little stretch. And release. Good. One more, both sides. Reach up and down. Reach up other side. And down. Now this one will be trickier if you are not able to sit cross-legged. I haven't tried it straight legs, so I'm not quite sure how that would work. I'll show you cross-legged what we're going to do. You're going to take the blocks up at second level. And you're going to bring your elbows to the blocks. You're just going to interlace those hands. You're going to drop the head and pause. I would be very mindful if your legs are straight. I know at least one of you has your legs straight right now. Maybe take the blocks up higher so you don't go down so low. I don't know. See how that feels for you. I don't love it. But so you're just pressing elbows into blocks and you're dropping your head and breathe. Press your elbows into your blocks and then kind of release that press. And then press again just once and release. And then from here, just see if you can lift one elbow off the block. You're not lifting the chest, or you're not like lifting out to the side. You're just lifting it off the block. Set it back down. See if you can lift the other one off your block. And down. Good. One more. Both sides. Just lift and lower. Lift and lower. And then release the hands. Press up. Depending on your ability to forward fold, I'll go sideways so that you can see. Again, the legs are ideally crossed, but they can be straight. Just watch your backs. So if you can sit relatively cross-legged, you could be up on blanket. Take the hands in front of you and then just soften the shoulders. Don't pull down, but just soften. And notice how that spine feels. If you feel okay here, I want you to walk the blocks out further so that the torso is extending. You're still reaching the tailbone back. You're still softening the shoulders. You're not dropping the head down to the floor. If that feels okay, I want you to lower the blocks to the lower level. You can walk those hands as far forward on those blocks as you want. And if your body and back allow, you can just reach all the way forward. Fingertips one way and tailbone the other way. Big deep breath. That's it. And then press whatever part of you is pressing into those blocks. Press to start to lift. Slide the blocks back. press your hands into your blocks. Slide them back the rest of the way. Ah, and release. We're going to come down to our backs, and you're going to want to block on either side of you. So just work that out. And then very, very slowly come on down to the floor. Pause here, feet to the floor. Yep, let your back settle. That was a whole bunch of work there. And breathe. Bring your left knee to your chest. Take that knee up to the ceiling, or that leg up to the ceiling. Draw your shoulders back. Point and flex your foot. Just circle a little bit one way and the other. Point, flex, right? If it is okay in your body, extend out through your right leg. Take the hands up your leg toward the foot if you would like. A little bit more of a stretch for that lovely hamstring. Big, deep breath. That's it. And then you're going to grab one of your blocks and you're going to set it right outside your left hip. Okay. And you're going to kind of hold it in there. And then you're going to let the leg come out to the side. So it's not going to go very far. Breathe. So this is kind of a supported inner thigh stretch. You can see where I'm working here. If you have a lot of range here, you can take that block out a little bit, but don't let the right side hip come off the floor. I like to just hang on to the block to keep it in place. I'm not pulling on it. I'm just making sure it doesn't slip out. And breathe, everybody. And just notice, maybe if the left leg is out, the right arm goes to cactus. The right leg is grounded. Good. And then tone in deep through the low belly. Take that leg up, bend the knee, and release that leg down to the floor. And just, I got all kinds of little pops and cracks going on here. Just notice. Good. And then we're going to go to the other side, right? We're going to take the right knee in, extend it up to the ceiling. I'm just going to move this out of the way for a moment. Draw the shoulders to the floor, point, flex, maybe circle. Those feet, ankles get tight, tight, tight. Straighten the left leg if you would like. Soft shoulders. And then grab your block. Second level, press it against that right hip. You can't see it on this side, but hopefully you saw it on the other. And then just let that leg come on out to the side and kind of sandwiched around that block. Yep, and just hang on to it. So the leg is just not going to go that far on purpose. I've got a wall here so I can use the wall. And just breathe. The left leg grounded, the left arm in cactus pose. Find your breath, everyone. That's it. And then tone through the deep belly. Reach that leg up. Bend the knee to chest. And straighten both legs. Shake them out. Grab both blocks. This time they're going to be on low level. They're going to be on either side of your hips. You're just going to squeeze them in. Bend your knees. Both legs up. Both legs out. I do want those blocks to be supportive. What I just did is I kind of lifted my flesh up around the blocks a little bit so that I felt good purchase on the blocks so that I could really just hang out here. The blocks are supporting this nice open leg stretch. The shoulders are down. You can either hold your blocks or go to Cactus Pose and breathe. If this is too much, another option, by the way, if the block at the hip doesn't work, you can take that block to the outer leg. I think you can see this. I've got it angled, and the outer thigh is just sitting on the end of that block, which is also a really nice way to get this supported thigh opener. But make sure they're supported. I don't want you to just hang in space here. And breathe. And then both hands to both outside thighs, squeeze them in, bend your knees. Woo. Keep the blocks at your side body, but just bring them out to the sides a little bit. And just a little bit of bringing these knees to your block, or your thighs to your block, coming into a twist on one side. Relax, relax, relax your body. Back of the neck is nice and long, everyone. Just breathe. Try to soften here. Like, don't try to make the twist deeper. Just soften into it with this block as support. This is a kinder or a gentler twist. Normally these knees would be on the floor. This one doesn't take the spine in as much rotation. It's kind of nice. And breathe. You can take, if your knees are over to the left, you can take your right arm up overhead, or vice versa. That's it. And as you're ready, top knee comes up, bottom knee comes up. Go to the other side. Your block is already there. Just fall into that twist. Maybe the opposite side arm just softly reaches overhead. Try to let go here. Try not to hold tension in the arms, the shoulders, the hips, the knees, the jaw in particular. And as you're ready, top knee comes up. Everything comes back to the middle. Your hips are to the middle. You can move your blocks out of the way, or you can take them underneath your thighs for a little bit more supported Shavasana. If they're under your thighs, I want you to play just for a second. I take them under my thighs, pretty close to the glutes, and then press your back thighs into the blocks to lift your hips off the floor and just squeeze through those hips. And then release and let go. Good. 2 more here. Just squeeze, press the backs of your thighs into the blocks. Hips come off the ground, the upper body very comfortable, and release. Good. Last one here. Lift, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. Oh, yeah. And then truly, truly find your Shavasana. Allow yourself to soften into the floor, back of the neck, nice and long, just letting it go. Palms are face up, feel the opening through your whole shoulder girdle. And see if you can fully let go of all unnecessary tension in your body. Like we'll tend to hold, especially if our minds are thinking, we'll tend to hold the breath a little bit or tighten in the jaw. Just let that go. Soften your belly. Sink down even deeper, everybody. Allow your Shavasana to take you deeper within. Feeling simply the breath moving in, moving out. And as you're ready, start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Very, very slowly draw your knees to your chest. Rock side to side. And then allow the knees to roll to one side or the other. And very slowly from here, go ahead and sit, come up to your seated pose. Maybe notice how the shoulders feel, how the chest feels. Bring your hands to your heart Bow to your own inner wisdom, your own inner strength and guidance. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.